Hello, I'm Tyler Moses. I'm an application engineer here at CamLogic, and today I'll be showing off some of the powerful capabilities that operate in Teamcenter X. Before I start this demonstration, I'd like to explain the similarities and differences of Teamcenter X and Teamcenter. Teamcenter X uses the same codebase that Teamcenter is built on, but Teamcenter X is on the cloud, where Siemens provides operations, maintenance, and upgrades. The Siemens SaaS operations team will perform Teamcenter X upgrades. All release upgrades will occur once per year. Teamcenter X utilizes AWS, or Amazon Web Services, so you will have one of the most secure and trusted sources to store your data, and Siemens will deploy to the nearest region available to that customer. This allows companies that utilize a third-party IT or might not have the resources dedicated to their IT team to still have the ability to use the most powerful PLM software, which is Teamcenter X. Teamcenter, as mentioned earlier, has the same structure and codebase as Teamcenter X. So the difference between them is Teamcenter's server, which can be installed locally or on a VM. So maintenance, upgrades, hardware, troubleshooting, and installation will all need to be managed by internal IT or contracted partners. Teamcenter X is a cloud-based PLM software that helps manage many of your company's wants and needs, without the headache and burden of having to strain your IT team's resources towards the maintenance, updates, and data management that would normally come with a fully integrated PLM solution. But if willing to learn, Teamcenter X does not have to stay as the out-of-box environment. Customizations can be done to help improve performance for any company's wants to take full advantage of the software. The out-of-box Teamcenter X environment includes pre-configured groups, roles, permissions, workflows, and statuses to improve communication throughout all branches of your company. Teamcenter X is not only restricted to your engineers and designers. This software is meant to create an all-in-one PLM solution that encourages all users to communicate throughout the progression of all projects and tasks at the company. Teamcenter X not only creates workflows and operations to improve performance, but it's also a data management solution. Teamcenter X can generate reports for any and all data that is stored in your environment. You will instantly see a decrease in the amount of errors, wasted time, and flaws your company has experienced with other PLM and data management solutions. One of the big pillars that Teamcenter X prides itself on is the freedom of use for users. Since this PLM solution is not only utilized by designers and engineers, the ability to customize your homepage reduces wasted time on searching, discussions, generating reports, creating items, and staying up to date on projects dedicated to that individual. Here are a few different examples of unique default homepages for this environment. We will start by opening the Teamcenter X's login screen and sign in as Ed. Ed wears multiple hats at this company. Ed's first role is being a designer, which consists of completing daily tasks and workflows, as well as discuss updates for parts and assemblies being worked on by his branch. Some tiles that Ed uses while working as a designer include Favorites, Recent Search, My Tasks, Folders, and Inbox. This homepage is able to pull all the most important tiles and features in one location. For example, we can send a response regarding this discussion on the right discussions tile. Let's inform our coworker that the team has reviewed and found a solution for the gear motor, and more details will follow. The discussions tile is able to keep conversations organized and documented in one location, preventing lost time and communication between users working on the same project together. We can also select the discussions tile and open the full capabilities this tile holds. Here we are able to see the full discussion, source object being targeted for this discussion, and all participants. This makes opening the object being discussed very quick and simple, as all needed information can be found inside this tile. Now using the left navigation bar, we're able to go back into Ed's home tile. Ed also has a responsibility of Requirements Manager. This consists of reviewing the specification changes made by other users at the company. We can switch between workspaces to reduce wasted time. Not only can this be convenient for users like Ed, who have multiple roles at the company, but a lot of companies will require unique workspaces for privileged users and data access. For example, Ed has the ability to see privileged information under the Requirements Specification Revisions data type. This tile can only be selected through users that have the special access to the Requirements Manager workspace. Not only are the tiles of the homepage different, but also the navigation tab on the left. Compared to the design workspace, we have a few more options with shortcuts, like Inbox, Changes, and Reports. Ed has one more workspace that he's able to select, and that is the Author workspace. This environment made the Author workspace fairly generalized, allowing this workspace to contain a lot of tiles and capabilities. These are all custom built to be the default home pages for each of the roles or groups in this environment. But what is powerful about Teamcenter is individual users have the ability to customize even further. What I'll do is go into the search and do a generic search for everything in this database using the asterisk symbol. From here, we can start narrowing down our search using the Filter tab. So after we select a few of the filters, I'll click on the Save Search option. Once the required name field is filled out, I'll also select the optional Pin to Home checkbox. Now, when we go back into the home page, we can see that the tile has been added into our home page. This will not affect other users using the same workspace. Users also have the ability to unpin unneeded tiles by holding left-click on the tile and clicking the Unpin icon. Tiles can also be resized. And depending how your default tiles are created, they can be locked, and the ability to unpin certain tiles can be disabled by your Teamcenter admin. I briefly showed off the filtered searching capabilities, so I'd like to go more in depth, since this feature is commonly mentioned by our customers to be the biggest time for the company. So again, I will go in and enter an asterisk to see all the results of my database for this environment. On this test environment, I have a total of 664 results, and I can instantly see the filter tab on the left side of the screen. Here we are able to see all the properties that make up the datasets inside of Teamcenter's database. As we start to select a few of these filters, we can see in real time not only does the filter options update, but also the selectable results. One great example a customer mentioned to me on how useful these filter capabilities are, he said designers will have to search for parts they didn't create and don't know the part name of. In the past, they would need to wait on communication with the creator of the part or upper management. But now with the datasets, they can search by properties like owner, date modified, and any other specific properties listed. The designers were able to easily find the part needed to modify in just a matter of seconds. As shown earlier, the Save Search feature allows you to save very specific searches to your homepage or share with others. This can be useful when working with large projects, and you can specify unique properties that will filter automatically, giving you an easy access shortcut. Next, we will begin to look at documents of gear motor by selecting gear motor specifications through this filtered search. Let's select specifically documents that come from gear motor search. Looking at the overview section, we can see the properties like owner and checked out by. Utilize Teamcenter X's groups and roles to give specific users read and write access for your documents. This can ensure that only the proper people have permissions to view or modify your documents. On the reference dropdown, you're able to see data that references this document. This is useful to see how the document is being utilized and if a change is needed. When the proper permissions specify, users have the ability to create and view markups on the document. With the proper permissions, specific users have the ability to create and view markups on documents. I can make a markup on this document. Let's look to highlight under the altitude description. we will ask the next person that is viewing this document to change the number value for elevation from 1000 to 900. We also have the option to change who should be shared to. But since we are looking for anyone to view and modify this, we will keep the value set at public. Now that this value is created, we have the ability to hide and show markups, as well as hover over the highlighted text and view its details. Teamcenter X does have the capability to be configured to integrate with Microsoft Office, allowing for your company's current business practices to be managed in your Teamcenter X environment. Here is an image that represents another user signed in accessing the exact same document, but as a user with read-only capabilities. Some of the key differences include the tab bar on the top only showing what should be available for read-only users, as well as when selecting Show Markup or Markup Panel, a message will display saying this user does not have proper privileges. Depending how the permissions are created, you can also prevent users from sending documents into workflows. Another powerful tool inside of Teamcenter X is the ability to create workflows and tasks. Workflows allow your company to track the progression of your product lifecycle by sending notifications and having a visual representation with color coding. Once a workflow or task has been completed, a status can be added to the item revision, part, document, and more. Teamcenter comes with default statuses such as release, locked, rejected, and obsolete. But you also have the ability to create custom release statuses defined by your organization. Active Workspace provides complete control and visibility of your workflows. You can view and initiate workflows and its tasks, whether they're currently in progress or have already been completed. Workflows work with most Active Workspace objects, so various solutions can make use of them. Now that the workflow is ready, we click Submit and see we got a new message in our inbox. So we can open the task, and inside of the task, we have the action being requested, we have the target going through the workflow, we have the properties, and we have a preview. Let's view the target document that has the values we need to alter or review. And finally, let's create a comment saying that this task is good to be completed. Workflows can be very customizable to fit your current business practice. Teamcenter X allows for the ability to integrate with CAD solutions, making the process for product lifecycles more organized, consistent, and quicker. Today, I'll be showing off an example of making a change to a part and creating a revision of the part inside of Solid Edge. Let's start by opening the part we want to modify in Teamcenter. Then we can navigate to the bar on the far right of our screen and select Open and Open in Solid Edge. As Solid Edge is loading, we will get a login screen that will connect your Solid Edge and Teamcenter. For this, we will log in as John since he's a designer for the Solid Edge Essentials in this test environment. Now that the part has loaded, we can see Solid Edge looks identical to the native version, except for this extra tab at the top called Teamcenter. This tab contains capabilities that can keep your part and assembly synced with Teamcenter's database. For example, we will need to create a revision of this part, so we don't make any changes to the original. As I click Revise under the Teamcenter tab, the revised document will pop up. We can click Validate and verify we get a check mark under the validation column. Since the revision is updated to B, we are good to select Perform Action. Looking at the Pathfinder in Solid Edge, you will notice the part has now been updated to show the proper revision. Let's make a simple change like add an extruded hole so we can see the original and revised version of the part in Teamcenter. As mentioned, the rest of my Solid Edge user interface does not change, so I can quickly navigate through the features and implement a small hole onto the revised part. Now that the hole is completed, we can look to check in our revised part. Teamcenter requires the part to be checked out to prevent multiple people from making modifications at the same time. As you can see, checking in the part also notifies you inside of Solid Edge that the part is now in read-only. And since it's a revision of the part has not gone through a workflow, the status is set to working. I'll next exit out of Solid Edge, and in the same instance of Teamcenter X, we can navigate to our Where Used tab of the original part. From the Where Used tab, we can see the new revision was created. Here we are able to see under the references that the master model, revision A, and revision B are all available inside of Teamcenter and can be viewed or checked out by those who have permissions. Next, we can switch into NX and show a very similar process, but this time instead of making a revision of the part we are opening, we will create a new item. This will give the new part a brand new item ID, name, and revision set. So I will navigate to the part we are looking to modify and open in NX. I'm opening Gear Motor 4000-0048, revision A. Identical to Solid Edge, we are able to open using the right tab and select Open in NX. NX looks very similar to the native version, but a few things to notice are the ribbon bar at the top has a Teamcenter tab, as well as the left resource bar shows two Teamcenter icons. Later, I'll be showing off one of them called the Active Workspace tab. Here for this demonstration, we will delete this additional hole and add two new fully extruded holes. As mentioned, the user interface of NX will be identical for the features and functions inside the software. Rules can be implemented so that you can keep your customized NX environment, but know that you may have to manually add the Teamcenter ribbon or resource options into your custom.mtx file. Now that the modifications have been made, we can look to save this part as a new item and keep it connected to Teamcenter. So we can navigate to the file, then hover over Save and select Save As. The Save Part As pop-up does have saving options that are specific for Teamcenter and Teamcenter's properties. So under the actions, I can alter the value from new revision to new item. When I double click on the ID, as mentioned earlier, you will instantly see changes in the ID, name, and revision set under the name and attributes dropdown. Only the last four numbers are changed, and that is because this environment ID structure. But this can be customized to suit your company's ID structure. Now, still inside of NX, we are going to click on the Active Workspace icon on the Resource tab. From here, we are still signed in as Ed, so I'll navigate to the original part we opened and choose the Where Used tab. As you can see, the References dropdown, the part that we just saved is already uploaded and synced with Teamcenter. As you can see, this can make workflows and modifying parts that require collaboration very simple and will save immense amount of time. A common use for the NX Active Workspace tab is being able to display any markups or comments made on the original part. This allows only needing to utilize one screen and have all needed information located in one centralized PLM solution. This will save the headache of having an open multiple documents to view and clutter your workstation with outdated documents. Next, I'll exit out of NX and show that inside of Teamcenter X, this new part is also available. This will show that it's uploaded to the database and not just locally inside of NX or on your workstation. Under the original part, I can navigate to the Where Used tab again and search under the References dropdown, and the new part created by Ed is on our database. Teamcenter X will also create an NX Property tab, which will display all the unique properties held by this specific part. Although in the demonstration I did not show off other CAD solutions, please note that Teamcenter and Teamcenter X are able to easily collaborate with other CAD softwares. The most common outside of Solid Edge and NX are SolidWorks, AutoCAD, Inventor, CATIA, and Creo. Since Teamcenter is a data management solution, it is able to store all the different CAD solutions in one location, which is going to save your engineers and designers high amounts of time, as they won't need to export any certain file types. Customers have talked about how not only has this saved them time, but also headache, because without Teamcenter, they would find themselves importing and exporting non-completed or corrupted parts, and be required to redo the whole process multiple times until the proper properties and data were transferred. If you found this video educational and find yourself needing to know more specific information on topics like more advanced workflows, admin capabilities, data management, other collaboration tools, custom reports, or others, please reach out to your account manager or use the contact page on CamLogic's website. With any further questions, feel free to reach out to our website at camlogic.com. From here, you'll be able to go to our Contacts tab on the top right of our screen. And by inserting your information, a CamLogic employee will be informed and will be able to reach out to you answering any of your questions.